There are only 7 non-active players all-time that played fewer than 31,000 minutes and scored over 18,000 points in the NBA and ABA combined. The most recent of them was Tracy McGrady, who ended up with 18,381 points in his career. The others, in case you're curious, were Dolph Schayes, Bob Pettit, Bob McAdoo, Bernard King, Walter Davis, and Mark Aguirre. This stat is meant to highlight just how prolific of a scorer T-Mac was for a relatively short period of time before injuries led to his decline. I'll get to all that offensive brilliance in a bit, but what's interesting about McGrady is that in his first 3 years in the league with the Toronto Raptors, he was arguably a better defensive player than he was an offensive player. In his third and final year in Toronto, which was 1999-2000, he had 151 blocks. That was 10th most in the league that season, and he was the only wing player that year that ranked in the top 30 in blocks. All time, he and Terry Tyler are the only players 6'8" or under that did not play center or power forward that recorded at least 150 blocks in a season. Tyler did it multiple times in the late 70s and early 80s with the Pistons. It was when T-Mac joined the Orlando Magic via a sign-and-trade deal that he blossomed into an electric offensive player, leading the league twice in scoring. Kobe Bryant even once said that T-Mac was the toughest player he had to guard. T-Mac was unique in that he had a blend of traits rarely seen in NBA history. He was super skilled, he was super long, and he was super quick and explosive. Hard to rival was his combination of elite footwork and blow-by speed. He had an outstanding jab step and pump fake combo out of the triple threat position, maybe the best ever, which more often than not resulted in him creating space for a pull-up jumper. He was excellent operating from that mid-post area, and when he had the size advantage, he either shot over the top of his defender or would look to draw contact. If he had the speed advantage, he would often blow by his defender and get to the basket. One of the most impressive moves he ever made was this behind-the-back dribble while with his back to the basket and then turning to hit a fadeaway jumper. Here he did that same behind-the-back dribble before driving in and getting fouled later in his career while playing for the Hawks. The only thing that wasn't really elite about his scoring game was simply his shooting touch. Between 10 and 16 feet out in his career, he shot just 38.4%. Among the 45 players who took at least 1,500 shots from this range while he was an active player, which was from 1997 to 2013, that mark ranked 38th. Number 1 on that list was Steve Nash, and number 45 was Chris Webber. Also during those years, T-Mac took the 5th most shots from 16 to 24 feet out, and he made 41.1% of them. That mark ranked 30th out of the 67 players who took at least 2,500 of them. Again, Nash was number 1, and number 67 was Metta World Peace. For his career, McGrady shot 33.8% from three-point range. The most free throws he averaged in a season was 9.7, which came in 2002-03 when he led the league in scoring, and that was second most that year behind Shaquille O'Neal's 10.8 attempts. He also had 732 dunks in his career, 48th most since dunks started getting tracked in 1996-97. From a playmaking standpoint, McGrady was good at finding open teammates when double teams came. The most assists he averaged in a season was 6.5, which was in 2006-07. He averaged at least 5 assists in 7 out of 8 seasons, from 2001-02 to 2008-09. The most assists he had in a game was 13, which he did 5 times. He made a bunch of clutch shots in his career as well. In fact, he made 17 shots in the last 30 seconds of regulation or overtime that either tied the game or put his team in front. The first of them came on January 23, 2001, ironically in his first meeting against his former team, the Raptors, when he hit this go-ahead shot with 15.7 seconds left. Vince Carter would follow with a tying jumper on Toronto's ensuing possession, but the Magic would ultimately prevail in double OT. A couple months later, on March 28, 2001, he made this game-winning shot in Philadelphia with 2.7 seconds left. The following season, on February 1st, 2002, he drilled this game-winning jumper with 1.8 seconds left against the Pistons. The most memorable clutch performance of his career, though, came on December 9, 2004 against the Spurs, when he scored 13 points in the final 35 seconds, capped by this steal and game-winning three-pointer with 1.7 seconds left. Another big shot of his came the following season on December 18, 2005, when he connected on this game-winning runner with 0.3 of a second remaining against the Lakers in Los Angeles. His best scoring performance of his career came on March 10, 2004 against the Wizards, when he racked up a Magic franchise record 62 points. That was one of his 4 50-plus point games. He scored 40 or more 45 times, tied for 26th most in NBA history. He also had 4 triple-doubles, including on February 23, 2003 at New Jersey, where he had 46 points, 10 rebounds, and 13 assists. Interesting about this game too was that Jason Kidd had a triple-double for the Nets. All in all, he was a 7-time NBA All-Star, made the All-NBA first team twice, the second team 3 times, and the third team twice. He won the league's Most Improved Player award in 2001. He also won gold for Team USA at the 2003 FIBA Americas Championship. During the 2007-08 season, he helped the Rockets win 22 straight games while the team was playing without the injured Yao Ming. That was the 4th longest winning streak in NBA history. In the 2006 All-Star Game, which was played in Houston, he scored a game-high 36 points. The West, however, lost by 2, so the All-Star Game MVP honor went to LeBron James. T-Mac just couldn't stay healthy in the last several years of his career, dealing with back, elbow, ankle, and knee issues. He played for 7 different NBA teams: the Raptors, Magic, Rockets, Knicks, Pistons, Hawks, and Spurs. He also played for a team in China before signing with San Antonio in the spring of 2013. That year, the Spurs lost in the finals to the Heat in 7 games, with that series most remembered for Ray Allen's clutch shot late in regulation of Game 6. That denied McGrady from ever winning an NBA title. In 2017, he was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. The following year, he was inducted into the Magic Hall of Fame. So that will wrap up this video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe.